So we were stuck. We didn't know what to do. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't really posted anything in a while and I'm really sorry about that, but I've been writing my final thesis for my bachelor program and yeah, I finally finished that one now, so I have more time to record videos and actually live life. So I had all my footage from my Hong Kong trip lying around and I finally found some time to cut it, and this is gonna be the topic of this video. But first of all, I have to admit that when I heard of Hong Kong, I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all heard of Hong Kong, but like the thing that I pictured with Hong Kong was just like a huge city, lots of traffic, and that's about it. But I was traveling there with my cousin and he did a lot of research about Hong Kong, and when he convinced me to travel to Hong Kong, which didn't take long because if somebody's like, go travel with me, I'm like, yep, doesn't matter where, I'm in. But yeah, he told me about all those amazing nature spots, and I was like, wait, Hong Kong is a city, right? Does it have nature? So I was really like excited to go there and to see what's like all about that, because Hong Kong is not just a city. There's Hong Kong City and there's like Hong Kong, like all the islands around it and all the nature and everything. So we arrived at the airport, which is actually on an island called Lantau Island. So Hong Kong City is on the mainland. And so we arrived at the airport and most people, they head straight away to the city, but we decided to split our trip in two parts. So the first part was the nature life and the second part was the big city life. But let me tell you a funny story about our arrival first. Because when we were flying to Hong Kong, I was actually really sick. I had fever, like 40 degrees, and I was really feeling like shit. I mean, normally I would stay in bed and don't do anything and recover, but I've already booked the ticket to Hong Kong, so I was like, no, I'm going. Even if I'm dying, I'm going. I have to go there. So we took this flight to Hong Kong, and when we arrived there, it was like super humid, really hot. Everyone was wearing like shirts and shorts, and I was there with my big jumper, my long pants and a scarf, and I looked like crap, seriously. We were heading to the security area and there were two guys which were covered with a mouth cover, and they were randomly pointing some sort of gun. I mean, it wasn't a gun, but it was like something that can measure your temperature, and they were randomly pointing this gun to people's head. I was like, no, please don't pick me, because I have 40 degrees fever. And but yeah, lucky they didn't pick me, because I don't know what would have happened. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they put me in quarantine or something, and I have no idea. So I was lucky they didn't measure my temperature. And then we went to the custom area where they check your passport and everything. So I gave them my passport, they checked everything, and then they asked me if I'm pregnant. I was like, no, do I look pregnant? Did anything like that ever happen to you? Because if so, please put it in the comments. I'd like to read about that, because I was so confused that they asked me if I was pregnant. Okay, enough. Back to the nature part of our trip. So we stayed on Lantau Island, and on our first day, we got up pretty early in the morning, got the first bus, I think it was around 6 a.m. and we went on a hike, even though I still had fever. But yeah, the hike was supposed to be really nice with a beautiful view, because it's like, I think it's the highest spot of that island. So it was supposed to have a really nice view, but since it was really early, it was really foggy, so we didn't really have a nice view. But it was a nice hike. I mean, we could still see a lot of nature, a lot of wildlife. Huge spiders. Seriously, I've never seen spiders this big. Our next stop was the big Buddha statue. I think there are around 3 ways to get to the statue. The first one is to catch a gondola, pretty fancy, pretty expensive. Then you can catch public transport, or you can just hike there like we did. After the big Buddha, our plan was to go to this fisher village, which is called Tai Yuen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's how you write it. But we only had one problem. We didn't have any cash left, because for that long hike that we had in the morning, we rewarded ourselves with like tons of food. So we spent all of our cash. And to leave the big Buddha area, you have to catch the public transport or a taxi, and you can only pay them if you have cash. But we didn't have cash, and there was no freaking ATM at that place. So we were stuck. We didn't know what to do. So we went through all of our pockets and our clothes and all of our backpacks, and luckily we found a few coins which were enough to go, like, to pay the public transportation to go to that fisher village. So yeah, we went through this fisher village, and it's so cute. I mean, the whole town, or the whole place, is like really small. It's like a market, like a fish market. And they also sell like drinks and everything else. It's really cute. And yeah, so we just walked around that village, looked at everything, tried everything. And then there was like a big sign that said, "Boat ride to Pink Dolphins." So we were like, yep, we're doing this. I'm convinced. I think it was a tourist trap because it was really cheap and there were no pink dolphins. So the next day we went to Chow Island. I don't think that's the way to pronounce it. But yeah, we took the ferry there. It's a really nice island because it's not touristy at all. And we talked to some Hong Kong city people, and they usually go to that island to like leave the busy big city life just to relax. And that's what we did. Once we got back to our hotel, we rented another crappy tricycle. It was really nice to explore the surrounding areas. And we drove to like a different village. It was a really tiny village, and there was a massive sign saying that there's a festival tonight. So we went there. They had a drinking competition with beer for the adults, and I took part in that, and I won. I won 3 liters of wine and a 5-kilo bag of rice. Yay! The next morning, our nature part of the trip was like over, and we took the ferry to Hong Kong City, and there were so many people. I mean, I was already used to the chill island vibes, like not a lot of people and really quiet. And then ferry to Hong Kong, boom, so many people in one place. Towards the end of our trip, I had a reunion with my friend that I met in America while I studied there. That was so nice. I love having reunions with people that I met while traveling, because she took us to places that the locals eat and like the locals hang out, and that was really nice because they have a lot of food that looks like something I wouldn't normally eat. But I still tried it. I tried it. I'm not saying I liked it, but I tried it. It was like eel and frog and oyster and pig intestines. So not really something Germans would eat. On our really last day of our Hong Kong trip, we did some traditional sightseeing and checked out some temples and stuff. And it was really fascinating because the contradiction between the traditional buildings and like the huge modern skyscrapers in the background was like kind of confusing for your mind, but really nice to look at. All in all, our Hong Kong trip was truly amazing and I can definitely recommend Hong Kong to check out. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. Also turn on this bell thingy to get notified whenever I upload a video. So have a great day guys and peace out! My back is so sore. Are you focusing me? Okay, so next I'm sweating so much. It's so hot in Germany at the moment. What should I eat for dinner? Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe.